Good morning, everybody. CJ's back. So we're gonna do a little bit of Rangers talking. What else is new? I want to give my opinion on a few things. First of all, Zibanejad and Kincaid and Justin Richards being MIA from camp. I'm not too worried about that. It could be a visa issue because they won't tell us anything. It could have been a visa thing. Maybe they just need to quarantine a little bit longer. But because they're not giving us any details, I'm not too worried. And they're saying it's day to day, so I'm sure it's nothing serious. So I wouldn't worry. Excuse me. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Now, what does stand out to me about that is that Brett Howden is in the spot of Mika Zibanejad, which honestly I don't think people are reading enough into. I think Brett Howden being in Zibanejad's spot is telling us that Brett Howden's the extra forward. So normally when you're putting someone in a spot of a vacant spot, is you throw the extra player in there because they're not going to be in the lineup. That way you don't mix up any of the other lines. Having Brett Howden playing that top line is maybe making me think that he is considered the extra forward right now. And with the latest rumor of the Rangers trying to bring back Brian Boyle, well, I think that kind of further solidifies that Brett Howden may very well be the extra forward or might be on his way out. Now, I don't know what value the Rangers would get for Brett Howden. Excuse me. I'd imagine if they packaged him in a big small deal or whatever, might be able to get some value out of him, but I don't really think Brett Howden's a tradable asset at the moment, especially this early in the season. I don't really think a lot of teams are going to be interested in trading for, a bottom six guy, but you never know. Maybe the Rangers have something big up their sleeves they haven't told us about yet, so who knows. But, so basically, I got an armchair GM pulled up in front of me, and I'm just kind of, I'm fiddling around with it a little bit, and honestly, the way it looks, the most ideal lineup to me, it has Brett Howden on the taxi squad, and it has Brian Boyle on that fourth line spot and Kevin Rooney on the right side instead of Howden or anybody else. We really haven't heard Di Giuseppe doing anything super special. We haven't heard anybody else besides Morgan Barron. And honestly, even when he was talking about Morgan Barron, Morgan Barron's playing well, but he's not standing out, which is honestly telling me, and I think it's reasonable, that Barron probably starts the year on the taxi squad, and when the AHL training camp starts or resumes, they'll throw Barron down there with him. I'm sorry. Which makes the most sense because honestly, the same goes for Keondre Miller. There's no reason they should be sitting on a taxi squad all season. If they could be playing games, let them play games, damn it. But I don't even have Morgan Barron on my taxi squad to start the season. Well, actually, here we go. I'm going to put Colin Blackwell down here and put Morgan Barron on there. Let me see who else I should throw in there. Yeah, I probably should throw him on there too. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to throw him on there because, quite frankly, I don't think he's going to make it. 3, 4, 5, yeah, it's 6 right there. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to keep him down there. So right now, my taxi squad is Brendan Smith, Morgan Barron, Anthony Bitetto, Brett Howden, Phil Di Giuseppe, and Keith Kincaid. Now, I think that's going to change drastically once the AHL season starts. I think Barron, Di Giuseppe will probably be in the minors, and I don't know what happens with Howden. I don't know if he plays back into the lineup or gets traded or dealt, but I honestly don't see him, especially if Brian Boyle's coming back. The guy's going to be well over 55% in the dot. And I don't really see Howden getting back into this lineup. Coach Quinn pushes defense, and when Boyle wins a lot of face-offs, which is a big part of defense, I don't see how like a 47% face-off winning Brett Howden is going to get into the lineup and justify staying there. Kevin Rooney, I actually, quite frankly, I love the addition of Kevin Rooney, and I definitely think he's going to get the spot. I'm sorry for yawning so much, guys. I really do. Sorry. But I do think Kevin Rooney's going to be a consistent player in the lineup unless he plays himself out of the lineup. I think his penalty killing is what's getting him in the lineup. But, I mean, Coach Quinn loves the defense. So, apparently Kevin Rooney was a huge penalty killer last year in New Jersey. So, they're going to love him. Quickly, we'll talk about the line combinations and what I think of them. And start out with Kreider, Mika, Buchnevich, the KZB line. I love it. That's going to be our top line this year. Perfect. Panarin, Strome, Capo Caco. Now, I really like that line. I hope it sticks together, but the way that Panarin was... now granted, what he said wasn't wrong, but usually when a player says that, hockey players are generic and boring as fuck. So usually they use cliche terms, and when he said oh, he's great, he's a great player, yada yada yada. You know, it's hard to see how chemistry's working. We're only 2 days into camp. When a player says something like that, most likely there's not a lot of chemistry there. That's maybe a nice way of saying it. Most players will be like, oh yeah, he's good, this, that, the other thing, and kind of just been boring about it. But Panarin, I'm not gonna say spoke out, but spoke out a little bit, and making me think that maybe Capo Caco does not stay on that line. And if he doesn't, let me finish reading up the line first. I'll tell you what I think happens if he doesn't fit. Then you got Lafreniere, Hedel, Gauthier, which is the line I've been talking about all offseason long. The line I wanted to see and the most excited for, the kid line. The hands of Gauthier, the drive, the net ability of Philip Hedel, and the playmaking of Alexis Lafreniere. This is literally your playmaker, power forward, sniper line. And I am so fucking... Lafreniere's your playmaker. Hedel could be the sniper or the power forward, and same thing with Gauthier. They could fucking flip-flop roles for all I care. That is going to be a fun line to watch. And then, honestly, looking at this, a fourth line of Brendan Lemieux, Brian Boyle, and Kevin Rooney, that's actually not a bad fourth line. Now, granted, how are they going to mesh? I mean, Kevin Rooney's really the only guy that could skate pretty well in that line. Lemieux's not a bad skater, but he's by no means a fast skater. Yeah, he's not bad, he's just not fast, you know. Where Kevin Rooney actually has decent wheels on him, but we'll see. We all know Brian Boyle's not a great skater, but he does have a long stride, so we can keep up. So basically, my thought process is if Capo Caco doesn't fit on that line, I think they either throw him with Lafreniere, which I don't mind at all. I think that would actually be kind of fun to watch. Or are they going to flip-flop him with Buchnevich and throw Capo Caco on the Banajad and Kreider's line? Quite frankly, I don't think you take Buchnevich all that line and replace him with Capo Caco. Buchnevich and Capo Caco kind of play different styles. Buchnevich isn't really a muck along the boards kind of guy where a lot of Capo Caco's playmaking comes off of the boards and making good plays, winning battles down low. I think most likely if there's a change that's going to be made, it'd probably be Caco and Gauthier. And even then, that kind of bothers me because then you're taking the right-handed shot off of that line. I'm sorry. This yawning's getting bad. I'm sorry. Then you got to take the right-handed option away from Lafreniere, which I'm honestly not that big of a fan of. So you might see the Buchnevich taken off of the KZB line and Capo Caco get moved up. But honestly, let's be real here. Panarin's going to get who Panarin wants on that line, and I don't really think anything I say or think is going to change that. Panarin wants, whatever Panarin wants, he's going to get. The guy was almost the MVP of the league last year. I'm pretty sure DQ is going to be like, you know what, let's get this guy who the fuck he wants. That's my thoughts on the forward lines and what I'd like to see. Now, granted, it sucks to move Brett Howden lineup, young guy, whatever. I know people have their thoughts on him. I don't think Brett Howden's terrible. I just think, honestly, sometimes his head's in the clouds and he's almost useless. There are moments where Brett Howden's like, God damn, this kid's good. And then there's times like, what the fuck is he doing? So I really don't know what to think of Brett Howden. Hopefully plays himself into a line spot. If not, Brian Boyle's honestly not a bad cog to have. And honestly, the Rangers didn't make any freaking veteran signings this year to indicate that they want veteran depth. So signing Brian Boyle would certainly tell us, all right, maybe this team does give a shit and want to win this year. Because Brian Boyle's a guy you could friggin' win with. We saw that in 2014. We saw that in 2013. We saw that in 2012. So signing Brian Boyle I think would be friggin' awesome. Bring the guy back to the red, white, and blue. Goalies, yes, Chesterkin, Georgiev. We're not going to get into that. All right, defensively. I'm sorry. If you guys are getting secondhand yawning, I apologize. It's been a long past week. D'Angelo Trubich, your top pair, perfect. Lindgren, Foch, your second pair. That's not going to change. I've been saying for a while now, I think Lindgren's is the reincarnation of Dan Girardi, at least for the Rangers, so I'll take it. And now the third pair, I got Jack Johnson on the right-hand side and Keondre Miller on the left-hand side. It seems a lot like Keondre Miller is earning the singing praises of all the Rangers brass, so we might very well see Keondre Miller in a roster spot this year. And honestly, I would take it for the beginning of the season. What do you have to lose? If he doesn't play well, send him down. That's it. The kid's 21 years old. He's got the NHL frame. He's got the NHL body. Let's just see if he can keep up with the NHL guys. And from the way it sounds, the way he's playing in practice, he's certainly keeping up. And Jack Johnson over Brendan Smith is purely a cap move. With Brendan Smith, you send him to the minors, you maximize as much money as you can save, whereas I believe Jack Johnson, you leave like $20-something thousand that you don't save. Who gives a shit? I don't know. I think Keondre Miller right now over Brendan Smith. I've heard nothing about Brendan Smith, which is telling me that he's complacent, really hasn't done much. So let him ride the taxi squad until you think Keondre Miller or Jack Johnson don't deserve this spot anymore, and then move him up. It's literally just that easy. And I don't believe Keondre Miller can slide anymore. I think he lost all of his entry-level slides. Well, actually, I don't even think he gets entry-level slides. I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure. I have to reference Stat Boy Steven on that one, but I don't really think it's going to be that big of a deal to let him play a handful of games and see what he does. And if he does well, fuck it, keep him. If he's playing well and he earned his minutes, who cares? What are you going to miss out? A 32-year-old Brendan Smith or a 30-something-year-old Jack Johnson? What they freaking do, Basil? Let Keondre Miller play if he earned a spot. So, trying to think, is there anything else I need to talk about? Oh, yeah. So that's my thoughts on the lineup. So I'm going to quickly go into the Rangers content squad. Them not releasing footage or live streaming the footages online is the dumbest thing in the world. We haven't seen hockey. Some fans haven't seen hockey since last March. We're lucky enough to not have seen hockey since last July. The very least, we could get a fucking GIF of one of the players scoring in a scrimmage. Anything at this point. Because as much as I love Vince Mercogliano and all these other guys, just watching them post it on Twitter like, great pass by him, this, that, and other thing, and just having to imagine it in our minds is kind of annoying at this point. Now, granted, I will follow Vince and I will promote Vince's content fucking through and through because the guy's awesome. Honestly, he's one of my favorite Twitter personalities, especially for the Rangers. But it sucks that, like, the only thing that he could do for us is just give us a play-by-play, but we can't see it. We just got to imagine in our heads, like, okay, this is what he's saying. Let me close my eyes and try to imagine Jack Johnson scoring his fucking goal and getting an assist, which apparently he's done in this time period, or this, that, and the other thing, and honestly, it's kind of hard to imagine that because we've never fucking seen these guys play before. So it kind of sucks, and I think it's very lame on the part of the Rangers. Now, granted, not live streaming a practice. Who am I going to argue? You want the team to see your game plan. You're not going to live stream your players fucking scrimmaging? Really? What do you have to lose? For Christ's sake, I think that's the dumbest thing in the world. Give your fans content. Like, I'm beginning to think the NHL is afraid of publicity, money, and new fans. I think they're afraid of all three of those things because, quite frankly, the trend I've seen in my 21 years of life is they could give a rat's ass about bringing in new fans and making fans excited for content. Because honestly, the NHL, it might be the most boring league in the world. I'm just an asshole that loves hockey, so I can just continue to watch it because I'm an idiot. So I really wish the NHL would do a better job, and this goes for all the teams inside the NHL too, of promoting their damn sport. I mean, for Christ's sake, like, Connor McDavid is the best player we have ever seen. I don't give a shit about Gretzky. I don't give this, that, and the other thing. In terms of getting fans excited, Connor McDavid is the most unbelievable player in the world. The combination of speed, skill, shot, this, that, the other thing, your mother, your sister, your father, your brother, he does fucking everything. And I have not seen anywhere them promoting this kid besides in a couple montages on NBCSN. Like, can we promote the goddamn game? Because the game's dying. I hate to break it to you. Like, hockey in Raleigh, hockey in Charlotte, actually bopping a little bit. I'll give credit where credit's due. Hockey in North Carolina, since I've come down here, has grown an awful lot. And quite frankly, it's kind of hard to even get into an adult league anymore down here. It's hard to get into any league. It's hard to get into a fucking pickup down here to play hockey because hockey's growing that much. And there's not a lot of rinks around. But the game of hockey down here is popping. But they're doing nothing to supplement that. The only thing that is growing the game of hockey down here is the fact that the Charlotte Checkers and the Carolina Hurricanes have had success. The NHL and the Hurricanes team themselves, the Hurricanes brass hasn't done shit. The Arizona Coyotes at least making a conscious effort. They're building outdoor rinks and shit. The other teams are like, okay. Carolina, we have a fun social media team. Come like us. That'll bring fans to the game. No, you fucking asshole. You got to promote the goddamn. You know what? I'm getting too much into a rant right now. Basically, what I'm saying is the fact that the Rangers aren't posting any content whatsoever besides an occasional tweet. Oh, here's the lines. Oh, he scored. Oh, he did that. Oh, here's an interview. Here's a YouTube video of Alexis Lafreniere talking that's actually going to cut off mid-sentence. Like, I don't know. I feel like they could be doing a lot better and be doing a lot more, and they're really not. And it's a big letdown and a big fuck you to the fans. We're sitting here waiting. We want to watch content, and we're not being given shit. We're given the occasional tweet of someone did this or he did that. We can't watch them. We can't watch a scrimmage. Are you kidding me? They used to live stream the prospect scrimmages before camp. And we can't watch these. Why? Because it's a shortened season. How is that even a valid excuse? This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Look, if you want your fans to like you and care about your team, you want to talk about this exciting future, let us fucking see it. Because we haven't seen hockey in a really long time. Now, granted, the first game is in a week. Get us excited for it because there's no preseason to get ready for. We're going to be sitting here like the assholes that we are, like, oh, yeah. Oh, this is a team great. This will be the first time I'm seeing the fucking team since, last July when we got our asses pumped by the Hurricanes. Okay, let's watch them. First game of the season because I haven't seen anything else besides a couple GIFs on Twitter. So, Oh, wow, this is great. This is great. I'm so excited. Those couple tweets got me really going, guys. Like, come on. Come on. Throw me a freaking bone here. Throw me a bone, Scott. You guys don't watch Doctor. If you guys don't know Austin Powers, you wouldn't get that reference. But still, come on. Come on. Come on. Give us something to freaking work with here, all right? Animals. Animals, all of them. I swear to God, they don't want the game to grow. All right, I'm done ranting. Thank you, everybody, for watching the video. For watching this, and if you said you do not need hearing aids, I'm getting pretty good at that, you know? Consider I took a hiatus. I'm talking like a freaking auctioneer. Not too bad. You guys comment down below your thoughts. I really wanted to hear what you guys think about my lineup, my taxi squad, and the possibility of Brian Boyle coming back and maybe taking Brett Howden's spot. You guys let me know. And you know what? Comment down below your thoughts on Pierre-Luc Dubois. Is it reasonable for the Rangers to go after him? Or should they stay away from Pierre-Luc Dubois? He wants to be in a big market. He's only got 2 years on his contract, though. Do we really want to re-sign Pierre-Luc Dubois the same year as Abanijad and Fox, and Georgiev, and the year before Shesterkin, and the year before Lindgren, and Gauthier, and Hedl, and Capo Caco, and Buchnevich, and Lemieux, and D'Angelo? You know? What happens there? Because I would love Pierre-Luc Dubois. I just don't know if it's reasonable or viable. But you guys will let me know that in the comments down below. Peace out.